Hi, I'm Russell Morris, and in this tutorial I will show you how to add and modify text. So let's go to the demo page, and the first thing that we will do for this is add a new row. So let's add a custom layout, and we'll just add a 2-column row, and we'll just call this text demo, and then we'll add the row. So now let's scroll to the bottom of the page where we added the row, and now let's add some text. So when we add text, we are adding text to the column and not the row. So we will select the plus icon, and it will bring up the add content tab on the left hand side, and we will see here that in the drop down there are several items that we can add, but we'll be working on the header text, subheader text and standard text in this tutorial. So let's go ahead and add the header text. So all we need to do now is select the plus icon to add the text module. And as you can see, let me just close this window, and you can see now that we've added a text module. I'm just going to adjust the width so that we can see that a little bit better. So I'll change the width to 80%, and now you'll see that text module come in a little bit, which brings the text away from the edge. So now let's add the subheader text. So we'll select the add content icon, and now we will in the drop down select subheader and then select the plus icon. And let's just close that window for a moment, and now you'll see that we've added subheader text. So now let's go ahead and add the final text module, which will be the standard text. So let's just select from the drop down standard text and then select the plus icon to add the module. Just close the add content tab down. And now let's look at the text we've just added. Now I'm going to add some Lipsum Aurum text in just for speed, so that you can see how we can build this out. Now the first thing we'll do is we'll change the header. So let's go to Lipsum Aurum, and we'll get what is Lipsum Aurum, and we'll use that as the header. So we'll put that in here, and we will paste it in. So press Ctrl and V to paste that in. And we're going to have this as Arial, and we're going to put it at about 58 pixels. In fact, I think that's too big, so let's make that 48 pixels. And we want to save the changes, so we click off the text module area and just click yes to save the changes. Now in the subheader, let's just put Lipsum Aurum is simply dummy text, and then we'll put that as a subheader. Oops. So we click in the text area, and we'll Control and V to add that text, and we'll change it to Arial, and we don't want it bolded, so we'll take that off bold, but we do want to increase the size. So let's increase the size to about 28, which is about the right size. So now we've added the subheader. So now let's go in and add the text. So let's add all of this text here. So we'll click in the text module, and we will simply Control and V, and we will change this to Arial, and we will remove it from being bold. So, and let's change that to 16, because that is the standard size for most websites when it comes to text. So let's save those changes. Let's go take a look at that on the live website. So we'll refresh the demo page and scroll to the bottom, and this is the text we've just added. So let's do a little bit more to it, change some colors, and maybe add some different settings in so that you can see what we can do with the text. Now let's look at the header first, and we will go into the header settings. Alright, so let's add some shadow to this. And we'll add quite an aggressive shadow. So we'll go to level 7 so you can actually see that. And then let's add, so we don't need any space below it, but if you wanted to increase the space, you can do that with this here. So you can increase the spacing between the line. It's always the line height, so you put space above and below, but we don't need to do anything. Let's put an outline in 1.5 pixels, and we'll put an outline of red so you can see that, and then we'll OK for that. So that's pretty much all that we'd like to do with the header text. So let's apply that. So now let's take a look at the live page and just refresh the page. And now you can see that we have a shadow. We have a red outline throughout the text, which now brings it off the page. Now I've done that quite aggressively so that you can actually see the changes and what you can actually do with the text. So let's go ahead and do something with the Lorem subheader. So let's click on the settings, and what should we do with this one? Let's give this a little bit of a shadow. We just want a touch of a shadow, and we'll apply that setting there. And let's also make it italics. So let's just click that, and now let's go back to the main page and take a look. So now you can see we have another effect on the subheader. Changing the color. So let's say, for instance, we wanted this white, so we wanted the center white. Let's put a white color on the text. So now we can see the outline a lot more clearly, and let's just refresh that, which looks a lot more attractive as well. Now in terms of the standard text, in most cases it is kept the same, but you have the same settings. You can add a shadow, you can add space between the letters. So let's make the space a little bit more, so let's make it 2 pixels, and we'll apply that. So you can see now how we've pushed that text and made it fill out the page a little bit more. So what you will find is the standard changes to the text you can make within the text module itself, and this is across the header, the subheader, and the text. They are exactly the same. And then you have the settings, and it's exactly the same for each text module, where you can change the shadow, the outline, you can change the space between the letters, and you can have spaces above and below the letters, and you can also change the opacity. So let's go ahead and change the opacity on the subheader just to finish off this tutorial, and we will set that to 60, and we will apply that change. And let's now go to the live page, and we'll see the changes there. So you can see now that we have opacity within the subheader. So that is pretty much how you can add and modify your text. You can do many different things with it. It really is up to you, so you can style your pages exactly how you want them. If you'd like to watch more tutorials like this, please visit our video library. Thanks for watching.